Greetings Internet, Didier here, and welcome to a Under the Weather commentary. We have how much I care about Star Wars Unlimited. It is evidenced by the fact that I am running a fever right now, but I decided that now would be the best time to use my sick day to do some Star Wars commentary. I recently released a double yellow Mando deck profile video, and I mentioned in that video that I had been on double yellow Mando for a while now, and here it is. This is actually a pretty old video back in the middle of December that we have in our locals. This is kind of when I was deciding on whether or not I was going to play the double yellow Mando competitively. So I apologize if I have to clear my throat or you hear me drink water or something like that, but hey, again, Star Wars Unlimited, love it. Got to get this video out to you all. But we are facing off double yellow myself, double yellow Mando against Tom's Quinlin Tarkintown that he has become so known for in our local meta. So this is actually, buckle in because these are a couple of interesting matches that we have here. Throughout the matchups that Tom and I had with this, we talked a lot about how these decks are very evenly matched and they have similar tricks. Like, they're both built kind of aggressive mid-range, low to the ground mid-range, and we're both doing tricks to kind of slow the opponent's push on us. Quinlin doing his pings and using Tarkintown to destroy units, whereas Mando is doing the tap downs. So we'll have to see what ends up happening here with this match. It's surely going to be an interesting one. I'm very excited for the double yellow Mando next set. It does look like I do have a DJ in my resources there. So we might be seeing an early tech DJ. Looks like I actually have another DJ in hand. Tom starting out with some good discard. Gonna pitch the discard, keep the bamboozle. Oh no, that's right. I forgot, this is how Tom picks his hand. He chooses the cards he wants to have, and then he picks his resources off of that. But yeah, probably going to keep the bamboozle because it's great against Mando. You know I'm going to be playing upgrades, so that bamboozle will surely come in at some point in this game. I'm going to start out here with a Crafty Smuggler on Mando's side, and Tom starting out with the R2-D2. Not great for Tom. Kind of an off-curve play. If I played Greedo, he would have blew me out there with the one ping, but of course, Crafty Smuggler, great start in the Mando deck, and kind of a little off-curve for Tom there. Going to push in 2 damage into the base, and Tom responding with his 1 damage, taking off the shield of the Crafty Smuggler. Tom starting out early here, starting out the control game early here. We do have a tech in hand on my side, as well as an L3 and a DJ. So DJ has become infamous for his resource stealing, but of course, he is still a great statted unit. 3-5 for 3, and that's one of the main reasons why he's in the deck. He's kind of a liberated slave replacement, and also giving you the added potential to steal resources. Going to shoot down the R2 here, opting to not play the DJ. Likely because I really didn't like my hand there. But I wonder if just playing down the DJ would have been a better play there. But I think I'm trying to set up for a tech DJ. And of course you have to do it, unlike Han that can jump resources, Mando would want to play tech on 4 and then DJ on 5. So this would be the tech turn here if we would be seeing that tech DJ. So we're going to see the discard with Force Throw, get the Hot Shot Blaster for 1 damage. Unfortunately, they're not going to be able to take out the Crafty Smuggler, But going to go for the R2, and likely we're going to see the Tarkintown pretty soon. Continuing to push in damage here on the Mando side, showing how aggressive the Mando deck is. Tom does have a Plo Koon in hand, so I'm sure we'll be seeing that soon. Looks like Tom is opting to save the Tarkintown. Likely thinking, like, I already have 6 damage on his base. He's a 25 HP base, so he's going to have to play the really, really control game if he's going to be able to last in this game. But going to do the 1 ping on the tech here. So he has the potential to take out the tech with the R2 with Tarkintown, but he's actually going to opt to take out the crafty with R2 there. So, and this is the kind of thing, like, this is Tom's first time playing the deck, so I don't think he was really thinking about tech DJ. You think, oh, Han is the only one who tech DJs. Well, Mando still likes to do it because everyone loves to deploy early. Not only that, but it's going to steal the deploy from him. So, yep, we're going to see the DJ here, immediately the DJ. You can see Tom kind of sit back. He was not expecting the DJ for 5 to come out here. Jumping me up to 6 resource, so that means that I'm going to be able to deploy Mando this turn. And unfortunately, Tom is not going to be able to deploy Quinlin. He does have a force throw in hand. He can answer the DJ with the Tarkintown, but he's going to instead go for tech to reduce damage, and I'm going to flip Mando. Yeah, he could have force throwed himself with the Plo Koon. That was kind of an aggressive play, thinking that he could deploy Quinlin, but of course, he's on 4 now. DJ is a really balanced card. Pushing in red 3 damage here, but the onslaught is secured with Mando coming in for 4 damage here. I am set. And the good thing, like, Tom did start out with a Bamboozle in the beginning of the game. It looks like he resourced it at one point, because I haven't been playing upgrades. I've just been playing units. Just being able to push in with units is always advisable until the mid-game. Immediately starting out with the Quinlin flip here. Hotshot Blasters coming out, and surely going to exhaust that red 3 with Mando ability. Yep, and then push in 6 to base. Huge numbers. And Tom sitting at a whopping 16 damage, only 9 HP left. The Plo Koon coming in and taking out Mando cleanly with red 3, 7 damage. Great play here by Tom. Great play here by Tom, honestly. Getting that Mando with red 3. Really good. Clean kill there. So potentially he could swing this. You know, the push is strong right now. He is at 19. The push is strong. He's going to have to play a very controlling game if he's going to succeed here. Thinking about my options, I do have 4 resource, so I could throw out a tech. I'm going to throw out the tech from Smuggle. Why not? It has 5 HP, so it's hard. Tarkintown is still online, so I'm still kind of playing around Tarkintown, and tech is a great unit to play around Tarkintown. And of course, I just need units to stick at this point just to push in damage. Like, he is only at 6 HP compared to my 27, so this is definitely an uphill battle from Tom. But he does have me mostly clear. Going to do a second Plo Koon here to take out the tech. Really strong here. Wonder what we're going to see from my side. Going to see the Leia exhaust on Quinlin to ensure that my ground units are going to live this round. I love Leia in the deck. I love Leia in the deck to be able to protect your ground units and continue the push in. Does have another Bamboozle in hand and a Force Throw and 2 resource up. So wonder what we'll be seeing here. That Bamboozle could disrupt things depending on what I end up doing. But we're going to see the Spark of Rebellion here. The Kira, the Force Throw, and the Bamboozle. Likely going to pick the Force Throw. Yeah, Force Throw is just too good of a card. Probably would have been able to take out my Leia there. Going to drop down the R2. Discard the Kira and see what we get. R2 unit, one of the greatest units. And then completely tapping out and flooding the board for this final push. 3 units now meet the ground arena. Now, of course, Greedo, not the greatest in the Quinlin matchup, and I'm sure I sided him out in game 2. But this is the thing, like, I know tempo matters right here. So yes, he could easily take out Greedo by playing a unit, but that's not attacking with like Plo Koon, that's not attacking with Quinlin. It's hard for him right now to kind of fit in everything he needs in this round to survive. I'm assuming he's going to go into R2 here for the 4 damage. Yep, going to take out the R2 with Quinlin. Good plays there. Potentially, it would have been better for him to play the unit and just ping the Greedo, because that's more damage. The 3 damage is a lot. Because he's only at 6 right now. But we are going to see the Han Solo to take out the Plo Koon. Yeah, it's always a tough thing with double yellow. Like, do you play Han Solo? Do you play Enfys Nest? Do you play both? I see Han lists playing both. In the Mando deck, I feel like you have to choose because you don't have the ramp that Han has. So I've gone back and forth between Han and Enfys. I think Han helps you more when you're behind. When you're behind on board. And behind in general. Whereas Enfys kind of helps you more so when you're ahead on the board and you have a little bit of breathing room. But yep, he's going to play the Green Squadron, get the ping on the Greedo. I'm going to shoot Quinlin with Greedo and take him out. Yep, and then 2 damage here with the Leia. Getting him up to 21. Only 4 HP left on the Tarkintown base. This is very unusual. It's not often you see a Quinlin deck at this late in the game with so little damage on the opponent. But this is kind of where we are. Tarkintown is still live, so we might be seeing that Cassian just run into Han and then get the Tarkintown. And that is exactly what we were going to see here. Tom saving the Tarkintown to late game to answer that late game unit. Great on Tom there. Not saving him the game, but definitely giving him a chance in this game. He does still have Leia. But we'll have to see if that Leia can push in and end this game. On top is going to prevent any ambush from Plo Koon or any other ambushes. Threatening lethal there with Leia. Staring at the Bamboozle. Got to do it. He's probably just thinking of whether or not he wants to discard the Kira. Probably not discard the Kira. But you got to do the Bamboozle. Like, there's lethal right there, right? Oh, he didn't know what the on top did, and so he thought about the Kira, and then friendly game, local game. You know, we're not here to edge out the opponent with power gaming or anything like that. This is a friendly, local, casual. So letting that takesy backsy, and then seeing the Bamboozle. makes sense there. Crafty Smuggler coming down, just continuing this little push of my little dudes, trying to get in that last damage I need to end the game. Another smuggled Cassian here, likely going to take out that Leia. I think the problem for Tom is going to be that Crafty Smuggler. With the shield, the Cantina Bouncer is going to bounce the Cassian back to hand. So this is a really tough spot here for Tom. Yep, and we are going to pack it up. And yeah, there's a cunning in hand. We actually didn't see a cunning all game. So, hey, double yellow players out there that say that think that, oh, the deck is only cunning. No, the deck has other stuff it can do, especially when DJ Smuggle can enable your hero flip and stop the opponent's leader flip. That's just crazy. So really interesting game one. I'm sure that Tom will not allow for the Tech DJ combo on him in subsequent games. So sideboard's coming out. Trying to see what Tom is taking out against me. He actually plays Bamboozle Main, which is really crazy. Taking out the Jin. Looks like I'm taking out Bodhi Rook. A copy of Bodhi Rook. I don't think I'll take out all my Bodhis. Bodhi Rook does have some value in this matchup. He has Force Throws, Sparks. Maybe even putting in Pillages for all I know. So not sure what I'm adding in here. I might be adding in the Final Showdown. I do play a Final Showdown against aggro decks or mid-range decks. Oh, looks like I might have added in the Emphas Nest, actually. Okay. Because I run, whether I play Han main or Emphas Nest main, the other one's in the sideboard. And I know that the matches for Quinlin go pretty long. They're pretty grindy. As crazy as it is, it looks like I'm taking the role of the aggressor. Like, my deck is taking the role of the aggressor in this matchup. And Quinlin is being the controller, mostly because of the lower HP base and the fact that it's just kind of crazy that I'm more aggressive given that I have a later leader deploy. Now, of course, in game one, we saw that later leader deploy is circumvented by the Tech DJ, but like I said, I don't think I'll be able to get that off. It's not an easy combo to get off, especially if the opponent is expecting it, and especially if you don't have the ramping of Han. The ramping of Han makes it a little easier to get off. Alright, going into this game 2 now. Starting out here with the Crafty Smuggler, it looks like I decided to play a little bit more aggressive, knowing that I am the aggressor in this match. Letting him ping my shield off with the Crafty Smuggler. But pushing in here with the Hotshot Blaster and exhausting the A-Wing. Seeing the red 3 there. See, I do like this. It makes it very interesting. The Quinlin match and like with the pings and whatnot, it would almost be better there for Tom to play a 2-drop and Tarkintown the Crafty. Wonder if he had a 2-drop. But he does have a Bamboozle in hand. So I'm going to go for the risky play here of doing a double upgrade, but I'm staring at that Bamboozle and we are about to see it. Tom actually discarding a yellow card because he wants to play that K2. Really good on Tom here. Like Tom, definitely really good there to discard that card so he can play the K2 and start to push in himself here. Yeah, so Tom definitely have a kind of a menacing board over there with the red 3. With the red 3, the K2. I got double crafties, but we'll have to see what goes on here. We're going to see that Hotshot Blaster come back. Likely to exhaust the K2 and then push in here. Oh, we're actually going to... Interesting choice here by myself. I wouldn't have expected this because we're actually going to push in with the unshielded Crafty. And then with the shielded Crafty, leave him up. A very aggressive choice there. Very aggressive choice because it's kind of saying I want to save that extra 2 damage. But Tom just crazy flooding the board here. Having a ginormous board. Only 2 resource up on my side, pushing Tom to 10 damage. Wondering what... I mean, surely we'll see the Plo Koon here. I'm assuming. But man, Tom has some serious damage on the board right now. Gonna do Kira and ping the shield off of the Crafty. Oh, and there's the Cunning. This is going to be very significant, actually, I think. Calling Cunning with Kira here is just massive. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind that Tom called Cunning there. Gonna see the R2 discard, looking for an answer to the Kira. Next turn is the Mando flip turn, so potentially we could be seeing Tom still playing a little bit control-y against me. But pushing in tons of damage in space. Getting me up to 10 damage. We're both at 10 damage. Of course, I'm slightly winning. However, the board looks way better for Tom. And then also, the fact that Cunning now costs 7 is huge. So another hot shot blaster. We are hot shotting it up over here. Pushing in. I mean, this is like, I know the only way I'm winning this game is if I just take him out fast enough. Just fast enough with the Mando deck. Maybe I can what's unfortunate is he kind of set up. He's gotten red 3 in both games super early. He's setting up for the Plo Koon on Mando again, and I know that. Does he have it in his hand? Yeah, he has it in his hand. Of course he does. Why wouldn't he? So it's not like Mando just like cannot deploy right now. I don't know if I'm just going to deploy into it, but we're going to see the Bodhi Rook to discard the Spark of Rebellion. Seeing that Plo Koon there. Now I'm in a tough spot because the question is, do I deploy into that Plo Koon? I don't think I should. With how the board state looks, the problem is I can't really pass because I would just be taking a bunch of damage. Tom has me on board right now, so while I could just keep passing, waiting for the deploy, he doesn't need to spend his resources. He kills me on board. So, something to consider. So I'm thinking about this for a while. I think I'm really, really contemplating whether or not I'm going to just deploy into that Plo Koon. I think the answer is I don't. I'm pretty sure I do here, but I think if I deploy into the Plo Koon, then I'm giving him Plo Koon on the board because Plo Koon survives. So yeah, we're going to see the deploy here. This is definitely a mistake, I feel, because the reason is because Plo Koon survives, and now he has Plo Koon as well. Yeah, pretty much clearing my board here, and Cunning is not online. Well, Cunning would be online next turn for 7. Yeah, Tom pushing me all the way up to 21. Yeah, Tom pretty much has this in the bag. It's always a tough call whether or not to deploy your leader into certain death. I think 9 times out of 10, the answer is to not do that. It really depends. But 9 times out of 10, the answer is to not do that. Tom is at 14, so he has 11 left. I have 9 left. He kills me on board 10 times over. He has Plo Koon for 7 to base. That almost kills me alone. Surprise Strike Plo Koon would get it. Lots of damage over here. I don't even think Cunning would save me here. I needed to Cunning bounce the red 3 a long time ago. So it's only fair after game 1 that, with that blowout that I did in game 1, it's only fair that Tom blows me out in game 2. But yeah, just probably thinking of my options and just knowing that there's literally no line that I have that could possibly save me here. 7 resources, like I could Han, I could Cunning, and none of it matters really. He has so much damage on board. I think he almost has 30 damage on board. What is that? 7, another 7 is 14, 18, 20. Yeah, he literally has 27 damage on board right now. But why not? Why not go for it? Because you never know. Maybe he'll just not attack base. Yeah. We're talking it out. I think we both knew that he had that game. Just kind of talking it out and seeing what would have happened if we would have played it out there. But all right, going into game 3. Like I said, really interesting match between these two decks. They're very similar. Both low to the ground, mid-range decks. Both like kind of aggro mid-range. So it looks like I'm actually, something I do a lot is I reconsider my sideboard choices. Going into game 3, I always think about, well, did I make the right choices? But it looks like, yeah, I am shipping that one Emphas Desk back. I think I did put both in. I might have put the Bodhi back in. I think I kept 2 Bodhis in and took 1 Bodhi out. I probably put the Bodhi back in knowing how many events that Tom plays, and then took out the Emphas Nest. Because he's been getting me with the Bamboozles a lot this game. Bamboozle, he plays at main, which is very spicy, to be honest. Not many people play at main. But in certain matchups, it can be really strong. And it makes sense in Quinlin to play Bamboozle when you're kind of doing these pinging effects. If they're using like upgrades and experience to kind of get themselves outside of the ability for you to ping them down with Quinlin, that's when Bamboozle would come in and really help you. So it looks like here I'm doing my classic give the Tarkintown decks initiative. So I don't... Last game I tried to play super aggro and just played my crafty down. But not going to mess around with that this time and just play the slow game because I know that the Mando deck definitely has better tempo. Like the Quinlin deck is slower for sure. But the Quinlin deck has far more board control. Of course, the Quinlin deck kind of sets out to not swarm the board, but overtake the board by just playing on curve and then using the pings and Tarkintown to control the opponent's units. Unfortunate here playing crafty into a Sabine. Not a great start here. Really bad, to be honest with you. Sabine, one of the greatest 2-drops in the game for multiple reasons, and this is a reason right here. Cleanly answering the crafty smuggler here. Free of charge. Great play there by Tom. Unfortunate I didn't have another 2-drop. But we're going to see another crafty smuggler. You know what? If the first one didn't work, the second one's going to work, goddammit, I swear to you. But I think what I'm doing on this turn 2 is I'm trying to avoid the ping. Because I could have dropped down the tech, but I'm trying to avoid the ping. And if he's going to play control against me, that's fine. I will just keep playing units, and I will eventually get in damage. We do have that. I do have a tech in hand as well as a Leia. I'll probably save that Leia for the Quinlin flip. But Tom does have a Spark of Rebellion in his hand. He's not sure what he wants to do. Got an R2, Spark of Rebellion. Oh, he could play the R2 to ping the Greedo. Going into the Crafty Smuggler again, knowing that he could just drop down the R2 to take out the Greedo. Really great here. Oh, really good play here by myself. Knowing that the Greedo is probably dead, taking out the Sabine to stop that Sabine push. Sabine did work, though. Sabine took out everything that she needed to take out. Craziness. Craziness is happening over here. I'm assuming he named Tech there with Kira. And we have the L3 from Smuggle. Not the best play on curve, but hey, my army of crafty smugglers eventually is going to get some damage in. This is a very, very slow game 3 here. So a really slow start to this game 3 here. Not sure what that Kira is on. Pretty sure it's on tech, because I probably would have teched that last turn. Gonna see the Quinlin flip. And then the Leia response to tap down Quinlin. Plo Koon. I swear, Quinlan decks always have Plo Koon in their hand. Literally. I think they just have an affinity for drawing Plo Koon. Gonna see the Smuggle Cassian here and pinging off the shield off of the L3. Are we gonna see the first base damage? We are! The first base damage here. 2 damage. Tom responding with his own 2 damage. I think I passed there. Throwing down another L3. Really slow plays here from my side of things. Not looking great, although surprising that Tom decided to not play the Plo Koon, because, like, why not, you know? Why not just play the Plo Koon and just threaten 6 damage? Oh, I know why. Because he wants to save the Plo Koon for the Mando flip. As he has been doing in every game. Got a Cantina Bouncer and a Snapshot Reflexes in hand, so this round could actually be pretty decent. We could play Control here and go in for 3. Oh, we actually are playing Control, tapping down the double takeout here. Pretty good. Likely wanting to take out that Kira so I could use the tech. Spark of Rebellion coming out. Enfys Nest and Cantina Bouncer. Of course, Cantina Bouncer. We know we have a tech and Smuggle, so we'll still have a play. Which is going to come out right now. Trying to slow play as best I can. But I know that now I can avoid the Plo Koon because he did that Spark of Rebellion. Yeah, I think Tom is making the right decision here. Pinging the L3. Pinging the L3 over the tech there to set up for the Tarkintown. Yep, I'm going to see the Tarkintown 4 to base with Mando. Starting this push off. See where we end up. We do have that Enfys Nest in hand. It sounds good to me to be able to bounce the K2. K2 is a prime target for bouncing with Emphas Nest, and we may be seeing that here immediately. Although we do have tech online, so we have some options here from Smuggle. Oh, great play by Tom here. Knowing I have the Emphas Nest in hand, giving me experience to K2SO to avoid the bounce from Emphas. Really great play here. Although he still is within Mando threshold to tap down, which is maybe what I might be looking to do that right now. I do have a Mando rifle in my resource line, but we're going to see the Hotshot Blaster to push in, and then likewise, I'm assuming, tap down that K2SO. Yeah, Mando showing how good he is at like tempo, the aggro. So, like, good on Tom there, playing around the Emphas, but of course, kind of sacrificing the K2 damage there. Doing Fleet Lieutenant to take out the tech, reduce my options, never a bad thing to do that. Got Bamboozle, Surprise Strike, and a Plo Koon in hand. The unfortunate thing, of course, about Bamboozle is keeping bouncing Hotshot Blaster to my hand is not the best. I'm going to see another tech here smuggled out. Watching this game back, I almost think that my current iteration of Mando Double Yellow needs to have more text in it, because the ability to play units from Smuggle in this Mando deck is very important, because so many decks will play control against Double Yellow. Surprise Strike with the K2, going to be doing ultimate damage here. So what is this at? He's at 6, 9... So it's going to be 2 Overwhelm plus the 3, I assume, or maybe the discard. Nope, yep, going to do the 2 Overwhelm and 3 to base. Huge numbers coming out here, and he still does have the 5 resources up for the Plo Koon, and I know that. Emphas is in a really weird spot with the board stay right now, because I can't bounce Fleet or either of the wing leaders, and Cassian has 4 damage on him, so it's like a really weird spot. So we're going to actually see the smuggled DJ for 5 to take a resource and then take away Tom's ability to play Plo Koon this turn, unless he answers the DJ. But Tom just going to push in damage here. And then we are going to see the Cunning for 4. Tap, tap, plus 4. Here it comes. Here it comes. But he does have that Bamboozle in hand. Bamboozle has been just such a good card in this matchup. We're going to see the Bamboozle. Both players just really slowing down the damage of this game, just showing the controlling nature. Mando is going to claim, and then Tom is going to push in 4 damage in space. Tom looks like he has a Spark of Rebellion, a Plo Koon, and an Ezra Bridger in his hand. Tech is online, so my resource line is I have full reign right now. I could technically play that Cassian for 7 if I wanted. Actually, no. Oh yeah, it would be 7, right? Because it would be 5 with the +2. Yeah. 10 resources over here on the Mando side. Huge number of resources. Thomas been staying a little bit lower, trying to just do his double card plays and trying to end the game as fast as he can. Going to see the Hotshot Blaster here. Push in, I assume, and tap down the Cassian or the Fleet Lieutenant. Probably the Fleet Lieutenant, yeah, has more HP. 5 damage gets the Tarkintown base up to 17 with myself at 14. This is a very close damage race. He has not been really in an opportunity to Plo Koon. Last turn was his opportunity to do that. He probably didn't want to trade all that damage. And honestly, though, if he would have went into DJ there, he might have actually lost. Because the Cunning is huge. The Cunning was still coming out that turn regardless. Discarding the Emphas Nest. Not even sure if I would play it, to be honest with you, at this point. But gonna do the Cunning for 6. The Cunning for 6 here. Double tap and +4. I'm assuming we're going to see the Plo Koon now. Yeah, the Plo Koon. I pretty much knew he had the Plo Koon, but I was kind of forcing the Plo Koon there. I could have jetpacked alternatively. I could have jetpacked on the... which may have been a better play, to be honest. But no, actually, the Cunning really slowed his damage. Yeah, that's probably better. Yeah, because I know, like, at this point, like, we are really, really, like, this is such a tight damage race. It is 18 to 17. 8 damage left on the Tarkintown base. 12 damage left on the administrative tower base. Tech is no longer on the field, so we no longer have that cool smuggle action that we had. But getting in that Cunning for 6 before Tech was defeated is pretty good. So doing the on top, hopefully every time we've done this, we've gotten bamboozled. But eventually, I swear, I think I'm doing this to threaten lethal. Yes, because the DJ has 7, and yes, he actually has, this is exact lethal. So stopping his ability to attack the DJ with the on top, threatening lethal. So no Plo Koon ambushes, shooting down the red 3, and then pushing in for lethal with the snapshot. Snapshot for lethal there. Really close game. Great games. Showing the power of the Mandalorian, you know, with the tap downs, the Cunnings supplementing the Mando tap downs. Great game by both players. Really, really close. Game 1 definitely taken by Tech DJ. Not something that the Mando deck can do every game, but when it happens, it's definitely a blowout. So if you like this video, please hit that like button. Please hit subscribe for, you know, a gaming content creator that would even get on and do content while running a fever. And as always, turn your dial to Random Number Gaming.